Yo, what is good, Knicks Nation? Welcome back to Knicks Media. This is Richie, and in this video, I want to give you guys my thoughts of last night's Knicks win. The New York Knicks are now on a 4-game winning streak, and now they are above 500. They are the 6th seed in the Eastern Conference all of a sudden. And ever since Tom Thibodeau made the adjustment back against the Cleveland Cavaliers last week, the Knicks are undefeated. So in this video, I want to give you guys my overall thoughts of the 9-man rotation that Tom Thibodeau is running and why that is the difference of this Knicks team, because defense is playing like it's supposed to. Another game where they hold an opponent team under 100 points. The opponent's three-point percentage is so bad, and that's because the defense is finally buying into the system of Tom Thibodeau, switching, not allowing easy buckets, not allowing wide-open threes all the time, and I think a lot of that has to do with the personnel, with guys like Deuce McBride getting meaningful minutes, Quentin Grimes, and even RJ Barrett playing a lot better basketball, Julius Randle in the first half, and the second half we'll get into what Randle did last night, of course. But yeah, guys, I'm really excited to give you guys my thoughts about the Knicks' 4-game winning streak and what to look forward to, man. Obviously, this has not been the perfect season for the Knicks, but basketball is a season of ups and downs, and right now the Knicks are hot, and let's talk about it. So before we hop into the video, I just want to mention, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and if you enjoy the video, please do not forget to hit that thumbs up. Really helps out the channel. And more importantly, guys, comment down below your thoughts of last night's game for the New York Knicks. Are you pumped up about the win? Who's been impressing you the most? Is it RJ Barrett? Is it other guys like Deuce McBride off the bench? Is it Emmanuel Quickley, Mitchell Robinson, Jalen Brunson? Let me know down below in the comment section your overall takes of last night's game. With that being said, let's dive right into the video. So, you got to talk about what this Knicks team has done ever since that adjustment. I was at that game against the Dallas Mavericks when they looked really good in the first half and they fell apart in the second half. And the reason why they fell apart in the second half against that Dallas Mavericks team last week on Saturday was because the defense just was not able to contain the Dallas Mavericks. And Tom Thibodeau made a big decision to benching Cam Reddish, benching Derrick Rose. At the time, it did not look like it was smart. But then what that does is it gives Deuce McBride real opportunities to play. And Deuce McBride is not playing well offensively. But defensively, man, he is absolutely on another level, and that's a player that I've been begging Tom Thibodeau to be playing from the early on in the season. Like, the biggest struggles for the Knicks this season so far has been defense, not offense, and I'm like, okay, why is McBride not getting minutes? The reality is you got to sacrifice some players in the rotation in order to get McBride in there, and I also think Quentin Grimes getting 42 minutes last night was big in terms of, his defensive prowess to this team, and when you have Mitchell Robinson being that defensive anchor down low and the perimeter defense of Deuce and Grimes being really good communicators, and of course the resurgence of Julius Randle playing like an all-star again, RJ Barrett getting his rhythm again, Jalen Brunson playing really gritty basketball, showing his toughness. I mean, he got hit a lot in that game, and he was trying to play through his injuries, but he ended up leaving that game. So let's start off with Julius Randle, because Randle has been red hot every single game early on. But the unfortunate thing about Randle is he was on his way to have like a 35, potentially 40 piece, but then for whatever reason, man, he lost his cool and gets ejected. I mean, he scores 27 points at half. I mean, the stats that he put up, 27, 8, and 2, that was all in the first half. And the reality is, I love where Julius Randle's head is at in terms of, his energy and his leadership, but stuff like that, man, you can't lose your cool. I mean, you're a leader for this team. We're trying to get a dub, and luckily the Knicks were able to get the win without him on the court, but you're, playing like the best player on the squad right now. Why are you arguing with the ref? Not once, but twice. I mean, he was arguing about a call. Okay, you get a technical, but then he kept arguing after his first technicals. It looked like he wanted to get ejected. I was like, okay, Randle, bro, you're playing great basketball, the best basketball you've been playing in a long time. Don't ruin it by just being a hothead right here. So that kind of, rubbed me the wrong way. So hopefully Julius can learn from that, man, because that's not what we need from the leader of this team. It's just being a whiny. And obviously you're not going to get a lot of calls your way, and the refs were kind of, weird last night. But you got to be able to contain yourself when you're winning at home against a team like the Sacramento Kings, who's without De'Aaron Fox. You got to get that dub. And he was on fire, too, which is why I was like, okay, Randle, it's not like you're struggling. Why are you complaining? But whatever. In the first half, he's playing like his, all-star self again. And that's what Julius Randle's been this season. He's been playing. Look at the numbers. They don't lie. I mean, he's playing just like his all-star self 2 years ago. So we'll see if he can continue that. But let's talk about RJ Barrett, because RJ's just had one of his better games in the entire season in terms of all-around play. 27 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 blocks, 3 steals. RJ Barrett had a complete game last night. When Julius Randle went down, he took over as the guy. And we all know, if there's anything about RJ Barrett that I think Knicks fans can understand, is for whatever reason, he starts off slow, but then mid-December, he just gets hot And if it's going to be the same RJ Barrett as last season, then that means he's going to be consistent for the rest of the year. Now, it's not guaranteed that's going to happen, but the difference for RJ Barrett right now that I'm noticing is his confidence is back. His legs are underneath him in his shots. He's attacking the paint and finishing through contact. He's making the right reads in terms of facilitating the rock. He's playing better on defense. I mean, getting 2 blocks and 3 steals shows that he's playing with a lot of effort, and he played 44 minutes, and that had a lot to do with the injury to Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle being out in that second half, so he had to be on the floor for a while. But listen, RJ Barrett is a player that is trying to, prove himself because he just got a lot of money. And he starts off really slow, and I feel like RJ Barrett feels like he has to prove that he's worth a lot of money, and he's trying to do a little too much. RJ needs to hone it down and remember who he is as a basketball player and play his style of basketball, which I happen to love, and we saw that tonight. Last night, rather. We saw that, 2 games ago. So RJ Barrett's getting comfortable, is getting consistent, and if RJ Barrett can continue to play like this at a consistent basis, then the Knicks are going to win a lot of games because if he can be more efficient like he was last night, getting, to the rim, finishing through contact, facilitating the rock, being an all-around complete basketball player, because we're not looking at RJ to be just a one-dimensional scorer. That's not his game. He can impact the floor on defense. He can facilitate the rock, throw up the Gotham lobs to Mitchell Robinson, getting to the passing lanes, and being overall a good all-around basketball player. So I've been very impressed with RJ Barrett the past couple of games. Let's hope that he continues that. Jalen Brunson, 18 points, 3 dimes, 3 rebounds. He left the game with an injury. I mean, he took a big-time fall, man, on his hip and his elbow, and he was gritting through it, man. If there's one player on this team that is showing his grit and his toughness, it's Jalen Brunson, bro. He's playing through every single injury you can imagine, and unfortunately, he gets, someone landed on his foot, so he just left the game, and let's hope that he's okay. I'm not really too sure about the update on Jalen Brunson if he's going to be playing again in their next matchup, but Jalen Brunson's just showing that he is a prototypical tough point guard for this Knicks team, and I love what I'm seeing from Jalen Brunson. And it's also cool that, it's not cool that he's been struggling, but my point is, the past couple of games, Jalen Brunson's not been playing good in terms of offensively. So it kind of reminds you that even though we're on a 4-game win streak, we don't need to rely on Jalen Brunson to be the guy in order to win basketball games. We have Julius Randle. We have RJ Barrett. We have Quentin Grimes shooting the ball. We have Quickly off the bench. We have Mitchell Robinson. We have other players that can really step in for Jalen Brunson when he's not doing well in terms of an offensive scorer. And then Mitchell Robinson had 12 points, 9 boards, 2 blocks. He fouled out, I believe, later in that game. But Mitchell Robinson, he got nicked up as well. He's tweaked his ankle, but he's playing through it. He's catching the Gotham lobs. He's protecting the paint. Mitchell Robinson's doing everything you want from him. Quentin Grimes, 7 points, 6 boards, 3 assists. The thing I love about Quentin Grimes, personally, is his off-ball movement. I feel like he has such a good feel for attacking, cutting back door, and even when the ball's in his hands, putting the ball on the floor and attacking the rim with vengeance and just finishing through contact. And if the shot's not there, dishing it down low to Mitchell Robinson or dishing it out. I feel like we're seeing a completely different version of Quentin Grimes offensively in year number 2, not to mention his defense. I mean, his footwork on the defensive perimeter is ridiculous. His lateral movement, his communication is great, not to mention Deuce McBride on defense as well. He had 5 points off the bench with 2 dimes and 3 rebounds. I'm hoping that McBride can get his confidence on the offensive end because I feel like that's, the missing piece to his game yet. He hasn't really translated his offensive game to the NBA. Manu Quickly, he had one of the coolest layups I've seen in a while from IQ. Driving baseline, nice little finger roll. He finished with 12 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists last night. And then Isaiah Hartenstein off the bench had 4 points. Jericho Sims, who was playing in replacement of Obi Toppin at the 4 position, only had 8 minutes and 4 rebounds. But, man, listen, the Knicks right now, they're on a 4-game win streak. We are 1 game over 500. We now have back-to-back games against the Chicago Bulls. And I feel like the Knicks have a really good opportunity here to stay above 500 and continue their defensive prowess because the identity of this team has always been defense. How did we get to the 4th seed guide a couple of years ago? How do we do that? Defense. And that's what this Knicks identity should be. And I feel like that's really what they're getting to their roots. They're not giving up open threes. They're playing tenacious defense. They're pretty much contesting every shot. They're playing good on defense in terms of their defensive rebounding as well. And overall, man, if you look at the numbers, the Sacramento Kings just did not shoot the ball well at all last night. And the Knicks took advantage of that. I know that De'Aaron Fox did not play last night, which definitely went in the Knicks' favor, but you got to take advantage of who's playing in front of you, and the Knicks did just that. So let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below, guys. Love to hear what you guys have to say. The Knicks are rolling right now. They are hot. Let's hope they can continue that. And, yeah, man, I'll catch you guys in my next video. Let's go, Knicks. Peace out.